I think we should just start talking about wrestling. Like we just go and do it.
So this week on wrestling,
wait, that's the start. We're just gonna go this week on wrestling.
This week on the Joe and Shob. Okay, so
I lost predictions.
Was that our intro? Okay,
was that our intro? Oh shit, we're talking about wrestling now.
It's the Joe and Shob show.
The first official Summercast. Put on your flip flops. Go listen to this on the beach. Listen to the waves of the ocean because this is the first Summercast of the Joe and Shob show.
Are we going to change? What? No. What were you saying?
What did you say?
I was going to say
we started last September, and it might have technically been at the very, very end of summer if we count solstice to equinox. But shut up. This is the first summer podcast, even though it's spring. Because guess what? We're on summer vacation until August, and we're going to make the most out of that on this channel. You can be assured of that.
So are we changing, like, you know how we titled the episode, it says Joe and Shob Show Wrestling Podcast. Are we changing it to Summercast?
Yeah, it's a Summercast now, baby.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Anyways, so we had a payback. We had some payback for things that apparently happened in the wrestling world. We had very good Raw and a very good SmackDown, at least in my opinion. And we got on Wednesday. We got us recording our thoughts about that and then posting it on Thursday. Are you ready, buddy?
Oh, I was posting it on Friday.
Oh, you're posting on Friday.
See, this is our. We should talk about we're changing up our schedule a little bit. So, what we're gonna do? This is what I'm saying. We probably should have talked about this before.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, you keep me fresh. You keep me fresh on the ropes.
New episodes of the Joe and Shob Show are now going to come out on Friday. And the reason for this is because, we're recording it on a Wednesday right now. This way I have all of Thursday to edit it. And my internet sucks, so I can upload it, scheduled upload, and it'll come out at the same time every week, 4 o'clock on Friday.
When are we doing Picks of the Week? When we upload
Picks of the Week will be on Saturday.
Okay. Good news.
Picks of the Week will be on Saturday. Special videos will be Monday if we make them. If we don't...
Okay, well then that's the schedule. We did not talk about that at all until right now. And
I forgot.
You didn't let me off for my ideas.
No, I just forgot.
Yeah, I have no objections to that. Sounds good to me.
All right, well, let's get into the news.
Let's get into the news.
A new pay-per-view.
Oh God! Whenever you texted me about this, I was dumbfounded because I found something dumb. And it was the fact that the new pay-per-view in July for Raw is titled not Armageddon, not No Way Out, not Bad Blood. It's titled, they're like, let's go something new. Maybe let's not go with the brand recognition that we already have on those pay-per-views with the great history. Let's go with Great Balls of Fire. And that was my reaction when I heard the pay-per-view title. What the fuck?
Great Balls of Fire.
What the fuck?
Brock Lesnar this Sunday at Great Balls of Fire.
And why is this the pay-per-view that they're bringing Brock Lesnar back at? First of all, it's pretty fucking late. Second of all, it's fucking... We don't know anything about this pay-per-view. It's called Great Balls of Fire. Is it going to be a gimmick pay-per-view? Is it going to be Inferno matches?
They should have had freaking... This would have been better. They should have had just Braun Strowman destroy Roman Reigns at Payback, not do the second thing after Raw Talk where he's like, "Oh, I'm not finished with you," and then run into the ambulance door. They should have not done that, and then they would have been like, "Oh, Braun's not injured. Roman is injured. Braun is going to face Brock at Extreme Rules," and then you have the number one contenders Universal title match at Great Balls of Fire.
Oh,
why don't you do that? You can have every other pay-per-view. That's still good. That's still all right.
Oh yeah, it's just I would much rather have Brock at Extreme Rules than Great Balls of Fire because you can't have your world champion not be there for 2 or 3 months, but I apparently you can, but okay. But really, why is this the title of the pay-per-view?
That's what everyone's trying to find out. I do not know. I really want to know where this came from.
I really would be not surprised if they went back on this because if they still get pay-per-view buys like on cable, like who's going to buy something called Great Balls of Fire?
I don't know. I think
Like, they are literally playing with us at this point because they know, oh, people have the network. Like, no matter what, they're going to watch these because they pay $10 a month anyways. So what the fuck does it matter what we call them? So Vince literally said, oh, Bob, boo, Bob, great balls of fire.
Yeah, I'm still dumbfounded, actually, about this. I cannot believe that this July we're going to be watching a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire. I can't believe it.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm kidding. I refuse to watch it.
What are you watching down there? Ah, Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire. No, we, like, no matter what, like, anything that happens on the pay-per-view, our reaction has to be, oh, Great Balls. That's so terrible.
Bray Wyatt's going to be like, Finn Balor at Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire. I really
Braun
hope
Strowman
someone
Great
shoots
Balls of Fire.
I hope someone shoots like a fireball machine and shoots somebody with a great ball of fire. No, a cannonball.
Paul
Shoot
Heyman.
someone with a fire or a cannonball. I guarantee. You know how like they decorate like the entrance with stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Guarantee there'll be cannons. Guarantee it.
Why not?
You know what's funny is because you can actually consider that. You're like, there's going to be cannons because there's going to be balls coming out of that cannon.
Is July the hottest month of the year?
Depends where you live.
All right, whatever. They should have called it Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach would be a good thing to bring back, seeing as they brought back the name Clash of the Champions. Why don't they just bring back the Great American Bash? Like it's
because
like it's
that's
like
not their World Wrestling Entertainment. You're not allowed to do that anymore. That's
What?
why they renamed it to The Bash in 2009.
Wait, what? Say that again?
They renamed it to The Bash in 2009.
Why can't they call it the Great American Bash?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess it's a WCW pay-per-view, but Clash of the Champions is a WCW pay-per-view name, and so I think they'd be okay.
Yeah, no, I was saying because it's like not. You would be excluding other world like the UK market and the Indian market and all that stuff.
But WWE is it's an American brand, so it's like, why is it a big deal?
I don't know. They renamed it to the Bash though. That's all I know, and I feel like that's why they did it. But who cares?
Yeah, I guess so.
Bash at the Beach. I like more than the Great American Bash, anyways.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach. Good idea. Definitely no Great Balls of Fire. I like the theme of Bash at the Beach, but I think they don't want anything to be more important than SummerSlam. So I guess which SummerSlam's cool. I like SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I wish SummerSlam didn't take place at the end of summer. It always makes me mad.
Yeah,
I remember the very first SummerSlam I watched. School had started. That's how late it had started. It was 2006, and I'm like, I should not have already started school when SummerSlam starts.
What year? I think it was 2009. Like it happened in like that week. I had school on like that Thursday, and I'm like,
I know it's like that doesn't make me hype. Come on, do it in the summer. But
we don't get hype. Yeah, I know.
We don't get hype. We stay. I don't stay hype. As far as the next few months of wrestling, I'm not staying hype at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard. You got any other news?
Yeah, we got Adam Cole here. So his ROH contract is up. Adam Cole, we don't know what he's gonna do, so we'll be brief on this. But he's someone to look out for in NXT. If he gets signed to NXT, it's gonna be big because he's basically been groomed for WWE for a while now. And he's going to be a big deal if he goes to NXT. Like I said, he's great. He's great.
I don't know anything about Adam Cole. Isn't he in the Bullet Club or something?
Yeah, you'll like him. He's good. He's good.
I remember when I told you guys I didn't know who Adam Cole was. You guys said to me, "You really should. Like, you have a podcast. You should know who Adam Cole is." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't watch anything indies ever."
Oh, I know. I was like, "Have you ever heard his name before?"
I think, but I don't know anything about it. I couldn't tell you what he looked like.
Yeah,
I can tell you what the Bucks look like. I can tell you what Kenny Omega looks like, not Adam Cole.
He's not really featured in the Elite or like that group anymore. I don't know what. I think it's just because they're phasing him out.
Yeah, I guess. Do the Bullet Club think that it's betrayal when people go to WWE?
No, I don't think so because the creator. Well, I don't know because like I think maybe they. In kayfabe, they do because I remember that Kenny Omega did Finn Balor's old finisher, the Bloody Sunday, and then immediately picked up the guy and did a Styles Clash and then he tried to pin him and all that. It was like because he was the new leader after he kicked both those guys out.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Adam Cole was never like a leader or anything. He only joined Bullet Club I feel like not that long ago, and but yeah, like he's on the Young Bucks have a YouTube channel, and he's on it.
The Bucks of Young.
Yeah, the Bucks of Youth. So they had their newest video. I think they had one of them got food poisoning, and they went to Adam Cole's hotel room, and they're like, "Hey, you poisoned me," and Adam Cole's like, "No, I didn't." And then they're like, "Oh, how are we gonna settle this?" They're like, "Oh, we're wrestlers. We're gonna settle it the only way they know how." And then they had someone film them doing like a wrestling match in their hotel room, and like they're doing like rest holds and stuff, and it's funny.
That's amazing. That's pretty funny.
But yeah,
I don't know. I just don't ever. I never have like an inspiration to like watch indie stuff, so I really don't know much about the Bullet Club other than that they exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame you because a lot of these guys are just gonna show up in WWE one day, anyways.
Like, yeah, I guarantee Kenny Omega will be there one day.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I'm sure right now that they would tell you probably not because they're like, oh, Bullet Club forever. But come on,
even the Young Bucks were like, we'd go, but we'd feel like we'd get lost in the shuffle, which might be true. But I think,
if they make more of a name for themselves, then no doubt, because Vince McMahon called the Hardys and was like, hey, I know these Young Bucks are pretty crazy, so obviously he knows their reputation.
Yeah, like. The thing is, you have them on ENC or whatever, and they're talking, and they basically said, like, we don't have to go to WWE ever again. Like, they saw
ever again. Were they ever in it?
Or ever. They basically said we don't have to go to WWE ever. Like, we don't need it. But, I mean, they're still...
I think, personally, they do need it, because if you really think about the top of wrestling... in the wrestling world.
Well, they meant financially.
So
they meant financially.
I thought they meant like to be one of the greatest tag teams ever. You have to have wrestled in WWE.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you knew that great, there's an up and coming indie guy who basically says, he signs an agreement and you believe for some reason you believe him, and he's like, I'm never going to WWE, and he's really really good. I feel like that would compel a lot of people to watch indie wrestling, but I don't think anyone's going to do that. I know. Really don't.
So many guys have like vowed that they never would. Like
Sting,
like Bryan Danielson. I know I said his real name. That was weird, but like even in his book, he's like,
he's not called Daniel Bryan in the indies, so that made sense.
Yeah, like he whenever he first started out, William Regal told him, your entire wrestling career before this, like, is what you're going to look back on, because WWE will just be extra. Like, this will just be like dessert. Like, this will be icing on the cake, but like don't expect much. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Either way, Adam Cole's going to be a big deal, I think, if he does go, because NXT does need people, and he is good.
Hey, they'll have Aleister Black. They'll have Drew Galloway. They'll have Drew Galloway, right? Is that Drew McIntyre? What? Yeah.
Well, he's basically Drew Galloway. Like, he's Drew Galloway's character. They just kept his name. Yeah, they're like, oh, you were called Drew McIntyre. Like,
they'll have they'll have, as far as singles, they'll have Bobby Roode. They'll have
Hideo
Itami.
Roderick Strong. They just had a documentary.
Eric Young.
Oh yeah.
Eric Young's name destroyed. Like there's so many there. There was a year when the Mets had two guys named Eric Young on the team at once. So I'm kind of pre-programmed to not like guys named Eric Young because they were both terrible. But Eric Young's pretty cool.
Hey,
Sanity might become something. I just hope it's not too much like the Wyatts.
I don't know. I think that the fact that they have I forgot her name. I always remember her name. They had the fact that they have
it's not Ruby Riott. That's the other girl.
The other, Ruby Riott. Not her. It's
Ruby Riott looks weird.
By the way, what a weird name, like Ruby Riott.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's like a weird name, but
so how about
I keep wanting to say Katie Lee Burchill. That's like that's
no
the
idea
most
who that is.
Exactly. That's like Paul Burchill's sister, in which they had that storyline where they were gonna they had incest or something.
No, don't talk about that. So, anyways, what are the news we got now that we're talking about incest?
So Kurt Angle. We haven't talked about this yet, I don't think, but Kurt Angle basically in a new interview updated.
Was it a WWE interview?
I don't think so. No,
See, because this is very similar to a conversation we had, because we met Kurt Angle, but you weren't there for it, but he had an FAQ session with Booker T at Steel City Con, and he sounded very confident that he would wrestle again. He said, "I'm not done. Like, I'm not retiring. Like, I'm still gonna wrestle." So seeing this, whenever you showed me like the notes for this week, I was just not surprised. I was like, oh, I know he's wrestling. It's glad to see that he's fairly confident that he will.
Yeah,
I think he has to. You can't have Kurt Angle in the company who still in shape, still able to do it, and then not do anything with him. Like it's a draw that you are wasting.
This interview, by the way, was just just a normal interview. It wasn't affiliated with WWE.com or anything. But yeah, I don't know. He said, I don't know if I'll wrestle again. And then after WrestleMania, he said, yeah, I probably will. And now here it is he's saying that they haven't told him that he will, but like I think they're doing the physical pretty soon, and they keep drug testing him, make sure he's okay. But I don't know, like I'm guessing that he's still gonna say this because he wants it to be a genuine surprise,
Yeah, on Talking to Jericho, it was basically just pass the physical and you got this. So right. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
I would rather be a genuine surprise. This can be like a Daniel Bryan situation where he gets into a feud with somebody, but like Kurt Angle can actually still wrestle. So it'd be like a GM versus somebody on the card, like on the actual brand, and you can put him over, and that'd be great to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to see Kurt Angle have a couple more matches. But like, yeah, I think actually now that I think about it more, I think it is probably like it is like why would he tell us if he's able?
Oh, of course not.
Wrestle? Yeah, who
like,
would you like to see
at a low key like convention, yeah, he'd be more confident about it. Yeah, it's not like an official thing, but in an actual interview, you'd be like, I might,
Mm-hmm. What do you who do you think he'll wrestle? He does, or do you want him to? Who do you want him to?
In the convention we went to, he personally said he would really, really love to wrestle AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. Like those are his two guys. So Seth Rollins would be great to see, but like they're both faces. So
yeah, I don't know how that would happen.
Well, yeah. If we're doing, it has to be a heel. I don't know, Samoa Joe. They've wrestled a ton of times. Who would I like to see him wrestle? Is there even a top heel on Raw?
Braun Strowman.
I don't want to see that at all.
Braun Strowman, like as much as I like him, and all that, he's not. I don't really see that much longevity with him.
Yeah. You know what? I want to see Roman Reigns versus Kurt Angle.
That'd be cool. You know what I was thinking about? Speaking of part-time GM matchups, I really would be down for seeing Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens.
No, that'd be pretty cool.
Like,
I think
just
Shane
like
McMahon versus anybody would be cool.
Yeah, but even then, like...
No, here, I got it. Perfect matchup. I'm sorry, I just had to cut you off. No.
Oh, man.
This guy could be billed as the Black Kurt Angle.
Jason Jordan.
No. Much Apollo Crews versus Kurt Angle.
Apollo Crews is like, I can't stop smiling. Please help.
Big, strong, bald guy with so much charisma, man. Big, lot of talent. Can do flips. Is really strong. Come on, Kurt Angle put him over. Great. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking.
Really though, whenever I think about it, there's a lot of people I'd like to see him face, but I honestly don't know who he would face. Like, I don't know who he would face. I really don't.
I don't know who makes logical sense personally.
Yeah, maybe like Bray Wyatt, maybe The Miz, Bray Wyatt.
I don't know. I just don't want to see those.
Maybe Brock Lesnar,
like
again.
Oh, I'd love to see Brock Lesnar again.
Bray Wyatt.
But we're not going to see Brock Lesnar again unless he loses the title eventually. I'm thinking Kurt Angle will wrestle at SummerSlam.
Yeah. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that he might come back at least for Survivor Series too.
That'd be nice.
Team Angle. Yeah. I'm just flipping through the Raw guys here. I really don't know Maybe like Samoa Joe. Yeah, that's all the Raw guys. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Maybe they do a
on
cross-brand
SmackDown.
thing.
I would love to see Kevin. I'd love to see Kevin Owens versus Kurt Angle, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I would love to see that. That would be awesome.
Too bad he's not on Raw anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I don't know. Sami Zayn just doesn't feel right. All right, is that the news for the week? I think we got some Raw and SmackDown to talk about.
News.
All right. So if we're talking about segments that we personally want to talk about, you have any that comes to mind? I personally do.
Yeah.
I know you're going to talk about the main event, so I'll talk about what I'm going to talk about. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I thought the women's segment was awesome this week.
Mm-hmm.
It was another situation where like they put everybody together at once, but it actually made sense this week only because it was like the coronation of Alexa Bliss on Raw. Like she put herself on a pedestal, said, "This is what it's like to be on top." Went from person to person, female to female, and like said why she was better than them. And it just felt like, like she was digging in, and it was so great because it like set up like relationships between everybody. And she's only just been on the brand. Like she goes up to Nia Jax and she's just like, "Oh, you're great. Like you're great." Only because obviously Alexa Bliss would be intimidated by Nia Jax. She goes up to Sasha Banks and she's just like, "Oh, 3-time Raw Women's Champion, but how does it feel to see me with it?" Like I don't know. It just everything felt so good, and like she was tearing it down on Bayley. Like you had like it felt like classic heel versus face, or as like the face looks bad because the heel is like digging in and destroying and making that face look bad, and it just felt so good. Like Alexa Bliss is so good at what she does.
Yeah, I definitely think that Sasha and Alexa still hate each other.
Oh yeah,
she's like, "I'm the one who pinned you to get to where I'm at." Oh, and then
yeah. I need that feud. I need a world championship match between them two. Not world championship. You know what I mean? Yeah. I need a program with those two because they obviously got the animosity. Yeah. By the way, Alexa's better.
Heel Bayley is.
Bayley. That's the definite.
Oh my god! Like imagine like the hugger face, except it's like just angry.
And it's like punching. One day she's gonna have to turn heel because she'll just get boring.
I don't know. Heel Sasha has. They're
Potential.
both really good. I think Alexa's more crafty. Like the way what she did here, though, like she basically like talked about everybody, like who she could possibly have a match with, and it was so great because you got those build-ups for those future matches if they'd happen. You got the one with Sasha, Mickie James, Nia Jax.
Like she just went over to every person and just proved why she was better, and I believed it. And
it set up some future feuds.
Yeah,
future feuds.
Every one I believed, and it just felt right. And I'm like, yes, this is like the coronation. She is like on top. She is the queen of the women's division. And she's filling Charlotte's shoes. I think she might fill it better than Charlotte did personally.
Yeah, Charlotte was good in ring wise. She's really good.
She's a good heel too, obviously.
But she didn't. Yeah, towards the end of her Raw run, though, she didn't really have as many like blow up segments like the segment, like the second segment with Ric Flair. I remember being like the main event. It was like pretty featured.
The last one against Bayley was like my favorite one when she was like digging into her childhood and like saying you're just Bayley and you're a loser. Like I like that stuff actually.
Yeah, but wasn't that like January?
Yeah, that was the last like good stuff I liked.
Yeah, she didn't really talk since then. Like it was pretty standard stuff. But SmackDown, she's not really doing. She's not talking. She's a face now, I guess. On SmackDown,
this week she talked a little. Like I don't know, she didn't talk, but she got a pop this week, and it actually feels right. Like I like what they're doing on SmackDown with them too. I actually think the women's picture on SmackDown and Raw is like the best it's been.
Yeah, the shakeup definitely helped both brands out with the women.
I'm excited because women's wrestling is something I like a lot personally. Some people don't care about it, but I like it a lot. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what we're going to be seeing. So this segment was definitely good, and the match was good too.
The only issue I see with SmackDowns is that they don't really have like the heels aren't as
the heels aren't as good as the faces. So it's like obviously the faces are gonna win.
The heels need a lot of wins over the faces before they could get credibility.
I was actually really wouldn't mind if Becky did join the heels.
That'd be interesting, but
I'm not sure how good of a heel she is, though.
I mean, every good wrestler could play both. That's what they say.
Yep.
So
I don't know. There's some people where like, you think Kevin Owens is ever going to be a face?
No, but I think he could play one.
I'm sure, but I just don't think it'd be anywhere near as good as being a heel.
No, but the thing about him is he's so good at manipulating the crowd that he could do it. And then whenever he turns heel again, it's like we fell for it. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I believe he could.
He's a great guy. He does a lot for charity. Sorry.
Yeah, I was never mind. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
But yeah,
terrible.
I think I wouldn't mind them sticking the women's championship next on someone on the heel squad, or you know what they call them now, the welcoming committee.
Is that what they're called? I think they need like a good stable name, personally.
That's what they're called.
A better one than that. Also, they need a theme. I think they need their own like personal theme instead of just going with like each person's or Natalia being the leader. I think personally make Carmella the leader.
Yeah, let's. You know what? They should give Natalia that championship. I think that they should give it to her because she hasn't held the Raw or the SmackDown Women's Championship yet, and if they really want to show her as like the one who's been around the longest, the veteran of the women's division, like there's nothing to prove that. And SmackDown Women's Championship run, Naomi has it. Like, does it really matter if Natalia takes it from her?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, as far as heels go, like Natalia, Tamina, and fucking Carmella, like Becky and Charlotte could run around them for days, run circles around them. So they there needs to be a balance. But I do like what they're doing. They're trying to make Natalia and Carmella important. I like that. Mm-hmm. So good stuff. I know we talked about SmackDown basically all there.
We talked about the women's division.
So I'm glad to hear that. We can make that a segment potentially. So
yeah, maybe
other stuff on Raw.
Cruiserweights. Cruiserweight tag match actually got a lot of time. Excuse me. Pretty pointless, but
I'll be honest. I skipped these, but I did see that Noam Dar and Alicia Fox are back, so it's a good reunion. It's a good feel good story.
People are calling Alicia Fox like the mid card title of 205 Live.
Oh, that's great. That is actually surprised. Like feminists aren't going crazy over that because that's making a woman an object. But okay.
I mean, like, have you been? Did you watch like any of the stuff where like Rich Swann was like sending her flowers?
I did.
Did you watch the segment where where she broke up with Noam Dar and she was about to get back with Rich Swann? Did you watch that segment?
I don't remember personally.
Like the reason Rich Swann sent those flowers and stuff because he knew that Alicia Fox would break up with Noam Dar, and he did it because Cedric Alexander months ago broke up with her and she was mad at him and he wanted to get revenge for Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that's really that
really
is stupid.
That is so stupid.
That is hilarious though.
That's so stupid. And now she's just back with Noam Dar like nothing happened. That couple has a lot of potential. Like crazy potential.
Just the two words. The actual woman isn't, but the two words Alicia Fox are over. So, hey, do something with it.
I'm saying you could have Noam Dar be like, hey, she almost walks out on, but he's like, hey, you know what? I want the Cruiserweight title. I know, you want the women's title because, hey, you've been here, longer than all these women.
Yeah, Alicia Fox, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, no, hear me out. You've been here longer than all these women who are getting these championship matches. You're jealous of them because they're having success and you aren't. And we can make ourselves better. We can get ourselves higher up on the totem pole. And she'll be like, yeah, you're right. So she helps him get to the top of the cruiserweight division. He helps her, beat some women.
Beat some women.
Beat some. Oh God,
you just said he helps her beat some women.
You know what I mean.
I do know you mean.
Defeat some female superstars.
Alicia box. She's gonna box. She's gonna box them, like beat them up.
Beat some women.
Beat some women. Break their neck. Beat some. I'm sorry.
But yeah, we also had Austin Aries and TJ Perkins in a match. Pretty good match. Austin Aries wins against
as he should.
heel TJ. Yeah, I wonder. They'll probably do Austin Aries and Neville in some sort of gimmick match.
They're gonna have a third match. They gotta have the rubber match, even though it's the fourth match, right? No, it's the third.
It's the third, yeah. As far as cruiserweight stipulations go for Extreme Rules, I really want either 2 out of 3 falls or Iron Man.
I don't feel confident that they'll give it to him.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But
I wonder how the numbers are for 205 Live. Like, who watches it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the crowd still leaves after SmackDown. That's the thing. Like, I think personally that it should be, like, 205 Live should be moved to Full Sail with NXT. Although then it can't be live, but I think they should try and make something work because
I think that would be really hard personally.
Yeah, but like Full Sail is really into anything they're watching. And,
that's true.
And I think it just feels like I think that they could feel the crowd better.
Yeah, the only reason that'd be tough is because as far as travel goes, unless they would do what NXT does and film like 4 in a sitting, but traveling, that these guys would have to travel like so much more.
Mm-hmm. And then on Raw they would have their segments on Raw and they'd be outdated.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it'd be hard to manage, but 205 Live is a tricky thing because it's not like anybody asked for it.
Mm-hmm. In the UK Championship, we had that discussion last week or 2 weeks,
2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Who knows?
A couple weeks ago.
So we got the women.
Same about that.
We got the women. We got the cruiserweights. What else we got on Raw?
We got the tag teams.
Oh yeah, Enzo and Cass lost to the club, and it didn't really matter at all.
Enzo and Luke Gallows.
Cesaro and Sheamus are actually looking pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they had a really good promo this week. They were right, basically. I agreed with what they said.
Oh yeah. Well,
I stopped cheering for them too once the Hardys came back.
Yeah, you gotta have promos that kind of cut home and like have some truth to them. Like they're not just, and it's true. Like they were saying the Hardys are just a novelty act, and I'm like, what? Just put it out there, say the truth, because to an extent they are. Until they're broken, then they won't be. But
for now.
A nostalgia act, but for now, right now they're just they're back, guys. Oh, but I think I love that they're saying we are the bar.
We are the bar.
We are the bar.
I think that this is the key.
I know
the key to them being broken. Like they're shattered right now. I think they're a little cracked. Matt and Jeff are at least, and I think once they lose their championship,
Cesaro and Sheamus get it.
Yeah, because they'll beat the Hardys. They'll look good. Maybe they'll beat up Matt again. Matt will go away for like a couple weeks. Jeff will go on, have his singles run, be like, Matt's not here anymore, so I'm gonna do Matt. I'll beat up Bray Wyatt or something. I don't know.
Beat up Bray Wyatt. Hashtag beat up Bray Wyatt.
Hashtag beat up Bray Wyatt. And Matt will come back. And I think that there's a lot of money with Matt Hardy. So, whoop-de-doo. I think that's how this should go. Extreme Rules, Tornado, or do a ladder match. Ooh. Extreme Rules, tag team ladder match. Sheamus and Cesaro beat the Hardys in a ladder match.
Ooh.
How embarrassing.
And then Matt falls off the ladder on his head.
Oh, God. The first time it became broken, it was because he fell through a table. So, I mean, you don't have to go that far.
He fall through something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he got swanton through a table.
Dude, guess what?
Huh.
Dude, guess what?
What?
We are the bar.
We are. Other podcasts out there, they set the bar. We are the bar.
We are the bar.
I love that.
I know. I think this is the best they've been, and I'm surprised because this was a tag team that wasn't supposed to work.
Yeah, what hurt them the most was just losing to the club on the pre-show.
Oh yeah, that was that happened, and then we were like, oh,
They beat the New Day, and it was
great.
not a big
match
deal.
Of,
Like, it was a big deal at the time, but, like, they just sort of forgot about him. Like, it wasn't marketed as a big deal.
yeah.
And, like, I liked your idea, personally. I really liked your idea of the big tag team championship match at WrestleMania where the club finally wins. They look good because they didn't win on the pre-show. And, you know, Sheamus and Cesaro break up. Well, which, either they break up or they turn heel. And then, I think you said the New Day breaks up too, but it's fine. You don't have to have any of them break up.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that idea at all, but sure.
It was in your WrestleMania predictions.
Oh, gotcha. I'm smarter than I remember.
Yeah. I just remember that stuck in my head for some reason. But yeah, I would have loved to see that. So.
Yeah, I like them, and I think tag team wrestling is going to be better because one of their teams just got elevated. And the
on one brand.
Hardys are already good. Oh, yeah, you know, there's a lot of problems on SmackDown, but
yeah,
as long as you ignore them, just ignore the problems. You know what I'm saying?
One more thing I want to talk about. We had the Seth Rollins segment. He comes out, basically says, you know, I want the Universal Championship. I want the Beast, Brock Lesnar, blah, blah, blah. Finn comes out, says, you know, if you're the man on one knee, I'm the man with one arm. And, you know, he's like, I tore my pec, my shoulder, and I still beat you for that title. And,
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was a good line. He, Finn on the mic he's decent. People say, oh, he sucks on the mic. I don't think he sucks on the mic. He yells too much.
I think he's all right.
Yeah, I
think he's serviceable.
We haven't seen. I don't know if we've seen enough. He's not Roman Reigns bad. Like, I know Roman Reigns right now is pretty good on the mic. Like, he's pretty all right. Back in the day, oh my God, he was so bad. I don't know if people remember that, but like in his feud with Bray Wyatt, he had that one segment where he's like, "Man, when a man does that to you, it's like I'll tell you, like it was so bad." And you know, Roman's good now, like I said, but
I like Roman. He's okay.
Yeah, he's pretty all right. But
he's pretty okay.
Finn in that one talking segment before he fought Seth Rollins at SummerSlam was pretty bad, but this one was better. And you know, Miz TV on Payback wasn't too bad either.
I didn't get to see it.
It was pretty much
the same thing.
They sort of recapped it on this segment here with the Miz.
So
but
what do you think about them two going for the Universal title and basically not being allowed to?
Like, it's not that they weren't even allowed to. They were like, "Hey, we want to fight Brock Lesnar," and then Dean came out, or no, Miz came out. No, Dean came out first. And he's like, "Hey, you know, Brock Lesnar doesn't really show up that time, so your Continental Championship is the top title on Raw." And everyone cheered, and then Miz came out, and he said, "Hey, I should be the number one contender for that IC Championship." And then Dean was like, "Oh, I think I'm good. I'm going to call Kurt Angle." And he said, "Oh, there's a triple threat match between you guys for the IC number one contenders match for the IC Championship." And Seth and Finn are just like, "Oh, okay." Like, what bothered me so much about this is they both have good cases for the Universal Championship, and then they're just sort of like they didn't even like. I think they should at least write Brock's absence into some sort of storyline. You know?
Yeah.
They don't even do that. Like they blatantly just ignored it here. They were. You could have had Seth and Finn say, "You know what, Miz? You know, you don't deserve to be Intercontinental Champion. So I want to make sure that you're not you don't fight Dean for the Intercontinental Championship. Like, at least say, maybe not say, hey, I'd rather have the Intercontinental Championship because that just makes you look kind of like a loser. You're basically saying, hey, I'll take that one because the other guy's not here. But like, I don't know.
I didn't think it was terribly handled because I actually liked what Dean did, because Dean comes out and says, hey, looky, I got a championship, and who cares about the other one because mine is more important. And he was like, as I am more important. And I think it made Dean look good. I think it made the IC title look good. And while I know they are doing a brush under the rug kind of job and trying to be like, oh, hey, don't just ignore that and look over here. It's kind of obvious, but the IC title will be the top title on SmackDown for 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And I don't hate that, only because it means Dean right now is the world champ. I'm kidding, but
yeah.
It'll make the IC title important again, and I mean, what else are we going to do for 2 or 3 months without a world title? This week, both shows, Raw and SmackDown, were absent of their world champion. That's stupid.
Jinder Mahal was on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, he was. You sure? Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. Fucking.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't like feeling tricked. I don't feel like being, like, I feel like I was bamboozled here. I didn't like it, and it was a little fishy to me, but, whatever.
I personally didn't, from what I saw, I didn't care that much. Like, I understand what you mean, but I also liked how they used it. They used Brock's absence to make Dean look good.
Mm-hmm.
Dean literally came out and said, "Hey, who cares? Look at me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the man." And I'm like, "Yeah, you are the man, dude. Let's do this."
I also didn't care because, geez, that main event match was so freaking good.
Yeah.
That match.
Usually,
awesome.
when there's a match with two bullshit finishes with two interferences from two people, like the other person's rival, to make someone else win, you're like, "Oh, come on!" But here, it just felt right. Like,
I liked it because
it didn't ruin any
it was
characters.
two.
Yeah,
It was two interferences right after the other. Like, it set up 3 different matches, and I loved it. Like, I knew Samoa Joe was going to interfere.
It didn't tarnish Seth or Finn, and it made Miz look good. So everybody comes out looking good, and the match was great. So
yeah, they gave it a lot of time, a lot of false finishes. Like, I don't know. I really liked how they handled the Bray Wyatt one too, because he goes wah, 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 and then he comes in and he hits Finn with a really good looking Sister Abigail, and then it goes again, and then he's gone again. Like, it's not like he just stood there and like watched Miz. Like, he disappeared again, and I was like, oh, he's in and out. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And small details and stuff. And I just really liked. For some reason, I just didn't mind how it was handled. Like, I sort of like really the only one that made sense to me was the Miz winning. So I guess there's that. But like, when Finn was about to hit him with the drop kick, I'm like, oh, is Finn gonna win? Like, I don't see Miz picking up the win over Finn here. And then Bray interfered, and I'm like, oh, geez, okay. But
yeah, if Bray and Finn officially starting will feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had their storylines continue, and everything just felt right. I felt like what they're going to be doing on Raw, while it will be absent of a championship that matters. At least they're going to make something of something else, and we're going to have stuff to watch. It just won't be exactly what we want. I don't know.
Yeah, but as long as the matches are good, I think I'm happy. So.
Yeah, I'm not worried. It'll be snail's pace until August, but we'll survive.
Hey, we got Great Balls of Fire to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm definitely. What day is Great Balls of Fire?
I think July 9th.
Almost around my birthday.
Oh,
what
get
that
it for your
means.
birthday.
We'll wait
Buy it on
until
pay-per-view.
we'll wait until my birthday to watch it, so I can drink and kill myself because Great Balls of Fire will be terrible.
I'll be 21 a month after that.
Hey, don't tell people our birthdays; they're gonna know who we are. That's how it works.
Yeah,
it was a joke.
But what do you think about like Comedy Dean?
He's basically always been this way, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think this week though he like really nailed it. Like,
it felt right. Whenever he's like, Kurt's gonna hate that he gave me his phone number. Like, I like that. I love that stuff.
Yeah. And like, there was a little segment after Raw where Bray Wyatt. This wasn't canon, so I don't know why I'm mentioning it as part of fact. But just like, he's still in character when he did it. But like, Bray ran away. You could see him running away after Raw was over. This is a fan filming, and the Miz is like, "Oh, what was that?" And then Dean's like, "I've been wondering how they do that for years."
You need to send it to me because I didn't see it.
I think I retweeted it, but yeah, it was funny, and I don't know, like, just whenever he was interviewing Seth, and the interview started and it was all fun and games and all that, and then Dean was like, "Oh, you fooled me once, not gonna happen again." Like he just goes from comedy to serious when he needs to, and I think that's what it should be. He shouldn't be. Baron Corbin shouldn't crush him with a forklift, and then he shouldn't just be like, Baron Corbin, you're fat. Like, he should be like, Baron, I'm gonna freaking kill you. Like, you crushed me with a freaking forklift, dude. Like, I'm glad
that feud sucked.
Yeah, I'm glad that he gets serious when he needs to get serious. Like, that's the difference, I think. So,
Yeah. I don't know.
just something I noticed.
He is funny, so I don't mind them. He's good, really good on the mic, so I don't mind them using that, even if it is funny, because I don't know. It's a part of Dean Ambrose's charm. He's like a weird fucking guy who like hurts himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's a lunatic. You don't have like a really stable like, oh hey, I'm gonna beat you up, lunatic. Like you have like the crazy like, whoa, hey, you know what's up, man? I'm crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, and like that his feud with Seth Rollins in 2014, where he just went nuts. And he just could not stop beating him up because he hated him so much. Like that, I feel like we haven't lost him yet. Like he still gets serious when he wants to, and I love that. I love that kind of character.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been that way with him, because I always think of that the briefcase that had the green slime in it, and the ketchups, the hot dog stand. Like he's always been this way. So this is Dean as usual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's getting back into where his character is getting back to where it should be, and his IC championship is prominently featured on Raw. He's actually doing something.
Yeah,
good for him. So
good for him. He's world champ, dude.
Basically, hey, Intercontinental is the world, right?
Yeah, it's actually the joining of the world.
So
it's not as big as the Universal Champion though. Because
whenever I was a kid, and I think like SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 or 2011, like Universe mode, I'm like, what if we unify the IC Championship and the US Championship and made a third World Championship?
That's amazing. Like third
the
world,
US,
like a third world country.
No, like the third, like the Universe. I actually called it the Universe Championship.
That's amazing.
But, yeah.
So, I think we should talk about SmackDown and what happened with the U.S. Championship.
Yeah. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho started off with Shane McMahon just standing there.
Let's talk about Payback.
Oh, yeah.
So, Chris Jericho wins and has a 2-day reign, and Kevin Owens gets the title back on SmackDown this week. And I'm not a fan of it personally. Are you a fan of it?
I don't know if I'm a fan of it, but I don't really care, because I think they did it because they still want Chris Jericho's only going to be gone for a month and a half. Like people are acting like he's never coming back, or he's not going to be back for a really long time. His run's over. No, he's going to be back for SummerSlam. They wouldn't have had him win if he wasn't. And,
I think even when he comes back, it'll still be start-stop, only because the way touring works and the way releasing an album works is you don't just go on a month and a half tour and then it's over. Like he's going to be touring more than that because he's going to be releasing an album. Yeah,
but I still think he's going to be back with some sporadic appearances.
I know the stipulation was that if he won, he'd go to SmackDown. So that's why they had him win. So that's why they gave him a 2-day reign. But I feel like they could have, when he came back, the better way to do it would have been have a surprise trade. They don't mention it. Something happens with Kevin Owens. And then you just hear, "Boom, break the walls down," and a huge pop. Instead of him winning the championship and going to SmackDown, instead have him just randomly debut on SmackDown and then explain that there was a random trade, and then just, shake up and throw somebody else to Raw, and that huge pop and his return would have been huge, instead of have him have a 2-day reign and then kind of tarnishing KO's Face of America gimmick. Mm-hmm. Because now it's like, are you really the Face of America? Because you only were able to do it for a month, less than a month, and then you lost, and now you're doing it again. I
still think here he looked good because he still had the messed up finger, and he looked pretty dominant beating Chris Jericho. It was like it lit a fire under him. He's like, oh, I'm not letting this happen again. Like, you thought WrestleMania was bad, I'm gonna freaking kill you. And he won very decisively here, so that's good. And then after the match, they did the thing with the nameplate, and he ripped Chris Jericho's nameplate off and just stomped on it, and it was cool. But I don't think Kevin Owens is tarnished.
I know. He definitely loses something in that gimmick only because he lost it for 2 days. Why does he do that? Why did they do that? I just don't understand. It goes back to my video from last week. How long you hold the title and reigns are important. And he didn't go a pay-per-view being able to successfully defend it. And it's like, come on, that kind of ruins your reign. I don't know. It kind of ruins a little bit the credibility of him as U.S. champion.
Well, hopefully he has a better reign this time.
Yeah, I just disappointed with how they handled it personally.
Yeah.
But I am also I'm an asshole. So yeah, what are you talking about? What do you want?
I'm excited for AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. I'd much rather see that than AJ Styles, Chris Jericho.
No, I 100% agree. I just don't like the idea of a 2-day reign. I'm like, why would you do that? Why'd you do that to me, buddy?
And Chris Jericho. I liked how in the opening segment, AJ Styles was like, "Hey, we have Y2 AJ shirts."
Yeah, that was
You
great.
burned them. So I wouldn't mind kicking your butt again.
That was great.
I liked how they didn't just be like, "Oh, we're both faces now. Let's just patch things up." Like they still had that. Like Dean and Chris, they sort of patched things up like a little bit, but like this time they were like, "Nah, I didn't forget," And as AJ Styles,
excited to see it. Just seeing them two beat each other up was great. When AJ came out, like, a huge pop. Like, I'm glad to see that he's obviously still going to be over, but he doesn't have a championship. Like, they got to do something with him after the Shane stuff. So
they had a qualifying match for Money in the Bank last year, and it was a great match, really good.
That's good. Well, I'm hoping for more from them. But basically, the U.S. title will have the best match at Backlash. I can guarantee you that, because you have two of the best wrestlers in the WB currently. And it's kind of the same thing where you look at the world title and go, oh, so basically the U.S. title is the world title right now because you're playing games with the world championship instead of taking it seriously by having Jinder Mahal be number one contender. You don't take risks with the world title. Like, if you're going to take a risk to have Jinder Mahal be something, take that risk with the U.S. championship. Don't take that risk with the world championship, because then it's the world championship, man. It's like, that is the world championship.
You see, I sort of on the opposite. I feel like this isn't like, what do we? I don't know. Well, here's the deal. Like, my thing is that they should have just jumped right into AJ Styles and Randy Orton, because why not? Like, it's the match. It's the match that everyone knows probably will eventually happen. It's a match I think a lot of people want to see, because there was a match before, but people want a longer version of it. They want a rematch. And I personally think it's what we might get at SummerSlam. I just think, like, we obviously know Jinder Mahal's not going to win.
That's not hey, man, it might win.
I don't think Hogan's going to win at all, personally. But like, I just don't understand, like, we have this big match planned between these two big SmackDown guys, but we're just going to wait for SummerSlam to do it. Like, no, let's that's a part. Hey, you know what? Good for Great Balls of Fire having a Universal Championship match. Because, they could have easily been like, oh no, SummerSlam's like the big pay-per-view. That's when he's going to defend it for the first time. That's going to be a big deal. But, like, whenever you say, hey, we have this big marquee match at Backlash, people are going to be like, oh, geez, that's going to be awesome. Like, they used to do that back in the day, where they would have, a WrestleMania rematch of sorts.
Yeah.
Or, they'd add people to it, or it'd be some sort of stipulation. It'd be like, oh, that's awesome. And, like, I like to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Jinder, like, their ratings, their Raw this week was the lowest of the year. And I know what the stupid stuff they're doing is on SmackDown, but I'm sure SmackDown probably had lower ratings too. If after WrestleMania is when you're trying to get fans, why would they test things out and, like, just do this stuff in, like, July or something, like, when people just don't care, like, right after WrestleMania.
Do it after SummerSlam.
Do it,
that's whenever.
SummerSlam. Do it when less eyes are on the product. Like, this is like the beginning of the season, and you're having Jinder Mahal like try to be something. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, because football will start up, and you don't do anything. The months of September to November, you literally don't do anything. So
yeah.
Why not do it?
Yeah, it's just I SmackDown as a whole is World Championship is the same as the Universal. It's like, I just don't care. Sometimes you have times where you don't care who's World Champion because you don't care about them, so you're not going to care about the matches. And only just because it'll be so dumb. That is why I want to see Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. But God,
same reason as House of Horrors.
House of Horrors, which House of Horrors was fun, but
it was pretty fun.
That house is for sale, man. We could buy it.
Pool our money together.
I said that the house was on sale, and then Gracie was like, "It was pretty underwhelming," and I'm like, "What?"
She loves talking about things she doesn't know anything about.
Yeah, it was like, "What? The house is for sale."
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about the match.
She probably just like read like a tweet.
That's fine. It was just funny.
I loved House of Horrors though. I don't know if I like if I wasn't a fan of stupid movies and like I didn't love like making fun of movies like Fast, those movies and Evil Dead.
You just can't take wrestling seriously all the time, and it was dumb.
Right.
Like, why is he in a limo shirtless? Like, I was very entertained by it. Let's just say that. Like, at least I was interested in what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I think though, like I saw a lot of people comparing it to the Final Deletion. I didn't get those vibes at all personally because Final Deletion was not supposed to be scary. I think this one was like, I don't know if this one was supposed to be scary, but I was like, oh, it's silly. It's silly. Like there's dolls on the ceiling, and he's like, "What the frick's this?" And there's a tractor going backwards. And he's like, "What the hell?" Like,
Yeah, it's great. It's so stupid.
I don't know. It was pretty good. It was funny. It was a different kind of funny though to me.
Oh, I mean, I don't think it was as stupid as it could have been. Like, it could have been even dumber. I would have loved it, but it was pretty stupid. I liked it overall.
Well,
and it's hard to be underwhelmed by it only because we had no fucking idea what it was going to be.
We really had no idea.
And literally zero expectations.
Randy Orton gets beat by the fridge.
Hey, I thought that was awesome.
like, oh, I guess I'll just go back to the arena. Also, did you notice
that house is in Missouri, by the way?
Also, it's in Randy Orton's home state.
Yeah, actually, he wasn't born in Missouri, so that was weird. But
did you notice in the video, Randy Orton had a beard, and then whenever he appeared in the arena, he was shaven.
Oh my god,
that's funny.
That is, hey, dude, he had to shave to get his power back.
He's like, oh, the fridge cut off all my hair.
How did he come back just being fine? He had a fridge fall on him.
Because he's Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton just has magical powers.
Yeah, he saw a tractor going backwards. He can survive a fridge.
What the frick? Well, that's House of Horrors. That's Bray Wyatt. I really think the only thing left to talk about. We talking about the World Championship.
Oh,
we talked about the women.
What did you think about Dolph Ziggler jobbing to Sin Cara?
Dolph Ziggler won.
Oh, I was hoping you didn't watch it.
Okay, I was like, I watched Dolph Ziggler's.
Because if you didn't watch it, you'd probably believe me.
They actually gave Sin Cara a few good spots, but yeah, Dolph won. I was about to say, they got to make Dolph look good before he's about to face Shinsuke, or else Shinsuke beating Dolph won't matter. Like, it won't make Shinsuke look good, so.
Yeah. Shinsuke's on the poster for Backlash, so it must be important.
Yeah, I know. He's getting those, like, videos where it's like, yeah, with his face on the L. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
so I guess that's going to be his debut match on the main roster.
I am quite excited. He wasn't on SmackDown this week.
But, but he doesn't need to be.
But will be the quote of the year from me.
Definitely. So we had Ty Dillinger and Aiden English.
By the way, Ty Dillinger, I forgot he existed, I'll be honest.
Yeah, they sort of just didn't have him on for 2 weeks.
I'm pretty sure the last time we saw him, he fought Aiden English in like the same exact situation.
Yeah?
Aiden English was singing, and then Ty Dillinger just came out for no reason, and that was it.
Yeah, we need to gotta do something with Ty.
Probably make him feud against somebody.
Yeah, maybe
feud against Dolph after he's done with Shinsuke.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe like a Jinder Mahal feud after he's done with Randy Orton.
No, Jinder Mahal will never be done with Randy Orton because Jinder Mahal's going to win. Randy Orton's going to have to give up because Jinder Mahal's going to have it in the bag.
I hope you're not right.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to predict him to win, but I'm just kidding around.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. Also, we had the Fashion Police have like a little skit backstage.
I didn't see this.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
It was pretty funny. There's one part where they're like, it's like Law and Order, and they're like, oh, it's the Usos, and they call them the Uggos. And they're like, oh, man, what are they doing? And they're like, they're walking around looking like that. And Tyler Breeze is like, that's jaywalking. And Fandango's like, and Jimmy walking.
Oh.
Because it's Jay and Jimmy.
That's so stupid. I love it.
And then, they're just, they just crack a couple jokes. And then they're like, we got a tag team title match at Backlash. And, this might be their breakout match.
Why are they taking so many chances on SmackDown? I don't get it.
Yeah.
2 out of the 3 titles they're taking a big chance with who is the number 1 contenders. So it's weird.
New Day and Usos is money. So, hey, be good.
Hey, no. Tyler Breeze and Fandango versus the New Day. That is money.
That would be good. New Day will be on SmackDown pretty soon, I guess.
Yeah, looks Kofi's back to walking by himself again. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on his Instagram.
Yeah. Did you see a shirt that said "Karma broke Dash's jaw"?
Oh, it was great.
That was funny.
That was great. Poor Scott Dawson doesn't even get to be on TV because Dash is injured.
But they're good enough where I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. It'll just be like, where did you go?
Or they'll have a promo where they're like, hey, Dash's jaw broke. That's why I've been gone. But you know what? Well, we're still here. We're still going to win. But, yeah, I like them. They're good.
Did anything else happen?
Jinder Mahal and Sami Zayn?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about
Sami Zayn jobbed, man.
He didn't really job. He had assistance from the Singh brothers.
Yeah.
The Bollywood boys.
Yeah, boys. What was the main event?
Oh, the main event was the U.S. Championship. Rematch.
Oh, duh, of course. That was a good match. Really good match.
Yeah. Sami Zayn, Jinder Mahal was also good for what it was. Pretty alright episode of SmackDown.
I thought all the matches, like the quality of all the matches, was really good. The crowd was really into them, so I thought the SmackDown was really good and Raw was really good. I wish I was able to watch these live, but I can't. So I just watched the recaps. But it looks like everybody's into it. I was actually into it too.
Hey, if Raw gets on a streak, then I would be like, oh, you gotta watch them live. But like honestly, the way it is right now, the only thing I'd say try and watch all of this week. From talking to anyone out there as well, is just the triple threat from Raw.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was good, but that was
maybe watch a few of the matches from Payback. They were good too.
Yeah. It's that's all I gotta say.
It's a Joe and Shob Summercast. That was another good old Jummer Summercast. Joe Dom and Shummer. I'm really tired and I'm supposed to be quiet. My parents are sleeping. Yeah, I live with my parents. Boo.
Me too.
I actually don't. I have an apartment, so shut up.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any much to talk about on the podcast next week. So I would say look forward to next week, but it should only be as good as that Raw and SmackDown is. We'll find things to talk about. Don't worry.
Yeah. Hey, tune into Picks of the Week, which is now tomorrow, and here are Video Game Edition.
Yeah,
Part 1.
Yeah, we don't even talk about wrestling anymore. Wrestling sucks. All right, my neck really hurts, so I'm going to call
my shoulder hurts because I've been leaning on it this whole time.
The very first Joe and Shob Summercast is over. We will see you guys next time.
Whoa. Ooh-ah.